Coming soon. I'm your host, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Hello, everyone, and welcome once again as we deliver our special New Year's edition of Prime Time Wrestling. And we've got some great matches lined up for you. And we're going to reflect a little bit on 1986 and some of the important things that went down here in the World Wrestling Federation and some of your stars that are now under your tutelage. In fact, our feature this week is Hercules.
That's right. And I wish you'd get the name straight. It's just Hercules.
I said Hercules.
Okay, but usually you say Hercules Hernandez.
Well, that's his name, is it not? Hercules.
It's just Hercules now. He only needs one name, that's all.
Well, I'm sure the IRS will be interested in his last name. You don't just sign Hercules.
But as far as you're concerned, the people are concerned, Hercules.
If I want to call him Hercules Hernandez, I'll call him Hercules
Well, if I
Hernandez.
have to get on the phone.
We're also going to let you edify us a little bit and bring us up to date on the Andre the Giant situation later on in the program.
You know, the Honky Tonk Man is also on today's program.
You're ignoring my question already.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you fountain of misinformation. This is, you know, 1987, I think maybe you'll turn around a little bit and sort of get some insight and help the fans out a little bit, help me out a little bit, because you have a lot of information locked up in that head of yours.
Well, I have a lot of things stored away in my vault of knowledge that I need to know. You don't need to know. They don't need to know. And I'm not here to help you people. I'm not here to help you one bit, and I'm not here to help you.
Yeah, well, you're going to. That's going to all change. We're going to, as you stated, Bobby the Brain, we're going to see a lot of the Honky Tonk Man this week here on Primetime Wrestling. Right now, let's go to Madison Square Garden, CV Offie and the Honky Tonk Man and some strange things. CV Offie making his way down to the ring.
His opponent from...
Oh, look at this. Honky Tonk doesn't even wait for the ring announcer to make his official announcement. Going to work immediately on CV Offie. I don't believe the bell is even rung yet. Clothesline. Offie's in trouble right off the bat.
Offie was in trouble when he left the dressing room.
Well, he did a Pearl Harbor job on a guy. Oh, look at that. He nailed him with that neck breaker. That shake, rattle, and roll. Referee calling for the bell. I don't understand this. The referee never even called for the bell to start the match. Well, Honky Tonk thinks he's the winner. The referee is saying no.
I'd say he's the winner.
How can you say he's the winner?
He's standing up, the other guy's down. It's
that
simple.
Doesn't matter. I don't believe this match ever officially got underway. Let's find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have been informed by the referee that he did not start the match. There is no contest. There is no winner.
What does that mean?
Why don't he start the match then?
So why doesn't he ring the bell and have the match start now?
That's what I'm saying.
Or disqualify the Honky Tonk Man.
Or count CV Offie out. Two ways to look at this, you know.
Offie definitely hurt. Why are you congratulating the Honky Tonk Man there as he's leaving the ring? He didn't win anything.
Well, that was not my fault. It's the referee's fault. He should have started that match. CV Offie was laid out. He took advantage of a situation, Honky Tonk.
He sure did. He attacked the guy as he stepped through the ropes. What kind of sportsmanship is that? Is that your kind of sportsmanship?
Well, you got to win a match. You win a match. It's that simple.
Well, later, I want to make sure the fans are aware that later on, in fact, later on right here this week on Primetime, we're going to, in fact, have that match as it went down later on in Madison Square Garden where, I don't know, maybe the referee made the right decision in that, being that CV was jumped, he was hurt right off the bat, the match had not started, and he sent everybody back to the dressing room. Sounds about right.
Shame. What they send CV Offie have to stay in the corner and spell Honky Tonk 25 times? What's it, school? Come on.
If I didn't know better, I'd say that you had something to do with that.
Nothing to do with it.
I'll say this, Steve Lombardi, you know, I can't say much for his career up to date. However, his two managers, Louis Dondero and Terry Garvin, certainly got him some excellent bookings. Here he is in Madison Square Garden, capacity 25,000 plus on hand, and he's in there.
Well, Lombardi gives 100% every time he gets in there. He's a competitor. He gets out there, he tries. That's more than I can say for a lot of guys.
Well, we're going to see how he will fare against Jose Luis Rivera in Madison Square Garden. Let's go to the ring.
In the ring to my right from Brooklyn, New York, weighing 248 pounds, Steve Lombardi. His opponent from Puerto Rico at 231 pounds, Jose Luis Rivera.
Jose Luis Rivera Steve Lombardi. It should be an interesting matchup as both of these men have very similar credentials, shall we say.
Well, Lombardi is coming on along. There's the Lombardi I like to see. Because the good thing about Lombardi is he's aggressive. It doesn't bother him to take a chance. Jose Luis Rivera is in a little bit of trouble here. See, Monsoon, what I like about Lombardi is he's hungry. He wants those main events. He wants to win. He wants to make a name for himself. He wants everybody to know that Steve Lombardi is here in the World Wrestling Federation, and he's here to make a name for himself. See, now you got Jose Luis Rivera. I think he has 3 names. He hasn't even gotten his jacket off yet. The referee should stop the match right now and make sure the man takes his jacket off.
That's your professional opinion.
Well, he's wrestling with his jacket on.
And maybe he's cold.
Cold, the man's frostbite wouldn't help this guy.
Outside the ring right now, Lombardi going right out after him. Action has gone to the floor here in Madison Square Garden. Oh, shoulder first, right into the steel post. This program is authorized by Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated, solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this event, including the imposition of a charge for viewing the program without the express written consent of Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated, is obviously prohibited.
Don't you think Lombardi has become more aggressive over the last couple months?
I don't know. I don't even want to comment on that statement.
Oh, you're still hot at me because of my selection for my interview.
Absolutely.
What do you think about Hogan?
You are a disgrace to the broadcast position. You promised something and delivered something else.
I'm going to take that as a personal insult.
I hope so. Lombardi got a haircut, a small package by Rivera right in the center of the ring. The referee only got a 2 count. Nice idea by Jose Luis, however.
I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I interviewed the right man.
All you had to do was interview the winner. That's what you were set there to do. That's what you promised the people you were going to do. But however, being the weasel that you are, you didn't get it done. Backslide, got it. Lombardi not happy with the decision. Wants to continue on, but this one is history. And a little added insult to injury. Lombardi better take this one back to the drawing board. Let's go up and get the official word.
The winner of this bout, Jose Luis Rivera.
Jose Luis Rivera, last couple of times out, victorious here in Madison Square Garden. Steve Lombardi still looking for a victory. Wow. Going home with the short end of the stick again, with the short end of the money.
Well, with those 2 managers he's got working for him, he's lucky he can put on a pair of trunks.
Well, I don't know. Both of those guys have ways and means. They don't seem to be hurting too much in the pocketbook. Talking about pocketbooks, your pocketbook has got to be down a little bit right now. I understand from World Wrestling Federation President Jack Tunney, you're starting to pay back some of the money you owe. No comment?
Well, my financial status isn't your concern, anybody else's. What's between me and Jack Tunney?
It's a concern of everyone out there.
I don't like what Jack Tunney's doing. He's trying to garnish some of my contracts and stuff, and I don't like that at all.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about the hearing that took place in Toronto and exactly.
You want to know about that hearing?
Yes, definitely. Go ahead, tell us.
Okay.
Well, we don't have time right now. We're going to go to a special interview now with Blackjack Mulligan.
Said I'm not talking.
Well, thank you very much, Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan. Now, it's not too often that all 3 of us agree, but we did agree when we talked about the bunkhouse battle royal. You know how dangerous a normal battle royal is, but a bunkhouse battle royal where there are no rules goes beyond the realm of injury possibilities. And one man who we certainly would like to welcome back, because he was very quick to put his name on the contract for a series of bunkhouse battle royals. The reason they call him, in fact, the boss of the bunkhouse, Blackjack Mulligan.
Brother, I'm going to tell you something. When I heard that they was having bunkhouse matches, that was right. As a matter of fact, is the camera on?
Yes, it is.
Can I say hello to my aunt? Aunt Laverne. I'll say hello to my Aunt Laverne. She's out there. She comes to all the matches, you know, every now and then. So I want to tell you something right now. You're looking at the boot that I won the Concho County bunkhouse match with, size 16.5, brother. And the opponent was Spider Grip. And you see some of the stuff all over the boot there from Spider Grip. When I heard that there was a matches bunkhouse, that was right up my alley because I have a history of winning bunkhouse matches because it's come as you are, dressed as you may.
Blackjack, how did you earn the name of boss of the bunkhouse?
Well, it happened actually one Saturday night about 2 a.m. outside the Rock Inn. And we went down there, and we had this disagreement over this lady, me and this old boy, Puss Daniels, see? And we went out behind there, behind the bunkhouse, and her name was Sarah Jo Puckett, as a matter of fact, I recollect. And I went up behind there, and I whooped that old boy. I come out with Sarah Jo. She weighed 187 pounds, and I had to be the boss after winning that, brother, because I'll tell you something right now. From that day on, they said, here come Blackjack, the boss of the bunkhouse matches. Wherever they may be, I need the money real bad. You know what I'm saying? Woo!
Make no mistake about it, the boss of the bunkhouse, Blackjack Mulligan, is back. And we'll be back with more Prime Time right after this.
We're back, folks, and it's that time in the program here on Prime Time Wrestling. As we promised you several months ago, that we're going to continuously keep you up to date on some of the happenings, the important happenings going down here in the World Wrestling Federation. And Bobby, you're probably as familiar with anybody as the situation continues to grow and go on with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And what are you laughing for? Randy Savage.
I'm so tired of hearing about that neck injury. Why don't he just hang it up and forget it?
It's a throat. It's a throat. Let's go to Mean Gene.
Sympathy's all he wants.
Because of widespread concern, Update editors at this time are presenting a review of the Randy Savage Ricky Steamboat incident, starting when the Intercontinental Champion slammed the Dragon's throat into a ring barricade and then proceeded to drive a bell into that area of his neck.
From the top row! Down the hole! Whoa! Steamboat can't breathe.
At that point, former world champion and now World Wrestling Federation broadcast analyst Bruno Sammartino went back to the locker room to get further information regarding Steamboat's condition.
Ricky Steamboat absolutely could not breathe. The medics behind this door here now. They actually had to put a hole in it. They had to put some kind of a tube for him to breathe.
Recently, our cameras caught up with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat convalescing at his home.
Savage, I want you listening up now. I'm talking to you. You are a priority in my career right now. Before the end comes, you will have suffered.
Ricky's speaking a whole lot better. I thought he would come out very Godfather-ish, but the voice didn't sound too bad.
No, it sounded great if you trying to do a Donald Duck impersonation.
Well, you know, the injury was very serious there, and I think his mental condition is probably more important than anything else.
Hey,
he's got to be in great physical shape, I'll tell you that. The guy's working out every day.
Sure, what else is he supposed to do? He's not doing any speeches or any banquets.
No, he doesn't have any public speaking.
Why don't he
engagement.
just hang it up? His career's over.
Please.
His confidence is going to be shattered. If he ever steps back in that ring again, he's not going to be the same Dragon. Oh, you think he's going to be worse? You think he's going to really be like a Dragon no one's ever seen before?
Right now, we're going to go to another newcomer here to the World Wrestling Federation, and Outback Jack.
Oh, Outback.
G'day, mate. Good to see you. Outback Jack in the Australian scrub. You know, surviving out here in a rough and rugged place like this, blokes like me, well, you get kind of used to it. But listen, it's not for everyone. Problems like this, not for everyone. You know, it's rough and rugged out here, and if you can take it here, you can take it anywhere. And there's only one place left for a bloke like me to go, and that's the World Wrestling Federation. So, mate, as soon as I find my way out of the scrub back into town, mate, I'm going overseas to meet my American mates. You reckon I'm tough? Mate, I'm 6'6" and 303 pounds. No worries, mate. I'm Outback Jack.
6'6", 305 pounds. You know something? If he hears you calling him what you've been calling him, he's going to lay one up alongside your head about 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, and I'll knock 3 other teeth out of his mouth.
Well,
he's got 2 places to go, he says. Outback and the World Wrestling Federation. You have one more place you should go. That is to the dentist. Get yourself a tusk put in.
Be interesting indeed to see what kind of wrestling ability, what kind of credentials, other than being able to survive.
Do you think the guy'd have a Cocker Spaniel or something? He's got alligators he plays with, or crocodiles.
In the Outback. Wrestling fans, plenty of exciting action yet to come here this week on Primetime. We'll be back. Well, I will, yeah. I'll ask him right now. Last week you said Miss Betty was on her way here with all the stuff for the crew, the Christmas gifts, and nobody got anything.
Well, wait a minute.
Hey.
Betty's had some romantic problems. She ran off with a short order cook named Johnny C.
Get out of here.
I haven't been able to find her for weeks.
Give me a break.
Don't worry, though. She's supposed to cater my whole New Year's Eve party. Be the biggest party ever thrown in Beverly Hills.
A guy rapidly climbing the ladder of success here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Said you're invited.
Paul Roma. Let's go to Madison Square Garden.
Won't cost you nothing.
Test is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, to my right, from Tampa, Florida, weighing 241 pounds, Terry Gibbs. His opponent from Kensington, New York, weighing 235 pounds, Paul Roma.
Well, Terry Gibbs against Paul Roma. Of course, Terry Gibbs no stranger to the squared circle, and the youngster, Paul Roma, making quite a name for himself here in the World Wrestling Federation.
You know, you've been singing the praises of this punk Roma for quite some time now about his trips to Australia, how he's coming along. He hasn't shown me really a whole lot yet. But maybe tonight I'll get to see something.
Well, since coming under the tutelage of one Special Delivery Jones, who picked him as a partner, and I don't know, I think he could do a lot worse than being able to learn some things from Special Delivery Jones.
Well, not much, maybe.
Certainly, both of these men in excellent physical condition is one of the most important prerequisites if you want to be successful in any field of professional sports, and professional wrestling, no exception.
That's why you probably notice every member of my family. Bundy, the King.
Bundy?
Wait a minute, I'm not still talking. The King. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, Hercules. Look at the great conditioning they're in.
Look out, Irish whipping, ducks underneath, a nice clothesline. Oh, Gibbs a little bit slow on that move. He got trapped. Atomic drop coming up. He nailed him with it. High crossbody, could be over early here. One. No. Gibbs kicked out of there immediately. I'll agree with you with guys like Orndorff and Hercules, but when you have to draw the line with Bundy a little bit.
See, Bundy's a big man. It's very hard for a man at close to 500 pounds to have rippling muscles like you would say Hercules has. But I'll tell you, he's every bit as powerful and in condition and in shape as anybody else in professional wrestling. Maybe even better, because that's the way I keep him moving.
Well, maybe it's obvious that he hasn't missed too many meals.
He's a big man. I'll guarantee he does enjoy a snack here and there.
A snack? I understand from some very reliable sources that he is a, so we say, fast food junkie.
I don't know how fast he eats. I've never timed him.
Side headlock by Roma. Everybody in the festive holiday mood here, as we're right between Christmas and New Year's.
Did you get everything you want for Christmas?
Well, I've got my health, and that's what's most important to me. And you probably wanted some more money or something, right?
There's a few things I'm still hoping for.
Like the World's Heavyweight Championship, perhaps?
You got it, Santa.
Uh-huh, well. Take more than wishful thinking to get that, my friend. Oh, Gibbs with a nice tackle. Roma up quickly, though, drops down in front. Leapfrog and a beauty. Caught him coming the other way. Won't get him. I notice you're in a very, shall we say, holiday festive type mood.
I always am. I'm always in a good mood. Nothing ruffles my feathers.
I remember a turkey that ruffled your feathers a little bit.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan does. I mean, you mentioned it, he does.
No, I didn't mention Hulk Hogan at all.
You said turkey.
Yeah, I'm talking about Tom, a live one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Side headlock, still maintaining control, Paul Roma. Here in the Mecca for professional sports, Madison Square Garden. Plenty of international coverage as usual here, as well as Steve Taylor, the renowned photographer for the World Wrestling Federation.
I understand in 1987 they're going to buy him some film.
Well, Gibbs got out of there with a few shots to the lower abdomen. Another nice shoulder block. Gibbs is quick on his feet as well. Caught him coming with the momentum. Took him over nicely with a hip lock and right back to controlling with a side headlock.
If I was Gibbs, I'd lean on this kid a little more.
And Gibbs is not in a position to be doing any leaning at the moment.
Not right now he isn't, but I'd lean on him. Roma would never have any member of my family in that position. He wouldn't even be in the ring right now. Roma would be back in the showers. It'd be over with.
Match would have been over already.
A long time ago.
I predict great things here in the world of professional wrestling for one Paul Roma in the years to come.
He does have a big following, I'll grant you that.
He's got a nice attitude, too. He doesn't have an attitude problem like a lot of the guys in your stable do. Family.
Well, I believe that to be successful in life, you have to have an attitude problem.
You certainly lived up to that. Gibbs now in control. Oh, nice reversal. Follows him right in, but wow. Gibbs got out of there in a hurry. I'll tell you, he's surprising me with his speed, Gibbs is.
Looks like he's lost about 10 pounds.
Planted that toe of the boot right where it would do the most good for him. Nice elbow, well placed right in the sternum area. Very lackadaisical cover, however.
Exactly. See, Gibbs' mistake was when he missed that turnbuckle. When Roma went in and hit that turnbuckle.
Uh-oh, Roma.
Another mistake. If a man's hurt, if a man's out of wind, you keep him in the ring.
Why throw him out? You can't beat him out there.
You can beat him pretty good out there if you're smart, but he didn't foul him out.
Or if you got a manager out there on the floor that can get in a few cheap shots.
I wouldn't know anything about
No, I guess you wouldn't.
You must be referring to somebody else. You couldn't mean me.
No, no. The shoe fits. Just try it on. Right into the steel turnbuckle that holds a rope onto the corner post.
Like I was saying, when he had that Roma hurt at the beginning, hitting that turnbuckle, he missed that move. He should have kept him in there. He should have kept him down. He should have worked on him. Dropped the knees on him. Slammed him, slammed him, slammed him.
Well, it's easy to say sitting out here. Guy's not fighting back. Caught that one right in the esophagus area. That'll make you miss a few meals right there.
Yeah, I guess Ricky Steamboat is still on a liquid diet, huh?
Well, from what I understand, he's coming along very nicely.
That's a shame.
Guaranteed, we have not seen the last of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Suplex from the outside, well executed by Gibbs. Roma in trouble right now. Once again, look at that cover.
No, he's not hooking the trunk. I mean, hooking the leg on the.
You're hooking the trunk. That's what you teach your guys, right?
No, I didn't.
Hook the trunk. You said hook the trunk.
I didn't. I said hook the trunk portion of the leg.
Oh, I misunderstood you. I'm sorry.
See,
low blow in there.
Much time with the humanoids. He's wasting too much time.
You're talking about the fans?
Yeah. He's wasting too much time looking at those blank expressions. He should be in there beating the heck out of Roma.
Bear hug. First time I believe I've ever seen Terry Gibbs go to that particular hold. With his arm size and arm strength, I don't know how effective it'll be.
It would be effective if Roma was hurt, if a rib was cracked, or he had damage to his back, but I don't think it's going to be effective.
Well, I think the longer that this match goes, well, it couldn't hold him up there. Once again, look at, I can't believe that. Terry Gibbs was supporting some of his own body weight with his left arm. Now, why on earth would he want to do that?
You got me. Probably the same reason he's in the first match.
Well, as I was going to say, the longer this match goes, the better it's going to be for Mr. Roma. I believe he's in a little better condition. Look out. Monkey flip out of the corner. Yes, nicely executed. Gibbs wants a little timeout here. There's no timeout in the world of professional wrestling. Roma wisely following up. Going to go for a suplex of his own. Nice, right in the center of the ring. Doesn't bother to hook a leg and consequently does not get a 3 count. Shoulder block. Gibbs already on his feet. Caught him coming. Look out. Right out our way. Onto the floor. He might have whacked his head on the side of our table here at ringside.
Well, then he won't be hurt too bad then. I don't think the kid's got any brains.
Why do you? I thought
I'm just giving my in.
you said you were in a holiday spirit. Now you're becoming facetious again.
That's my holiday spirit. I'm the host here, so I can say that.
Okay.
Gibbs, don't break that count. Let the man count him out. You get yourself a victory.
Look at that. You can see where his back has been scraped by the table there. In fact, it is bleeding right there. Paul Roma getting an education here in Madison Square Garden. The end of 1986. Certainly has been a banner year for the World Wrestling Federation and for World's Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan.
But all good things must come to an end.
And it's almost been a year since the reigning World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, the British Bulldogs. Dynamite Kid, Davey Boy Smith won the title. Oh, look at this. Roma going topside on the top turnbuckle, bombs away. Whoa! He did a high sunset flip. If he could hook that leg, he got it.
I believe Gibbs has a legitimate point there.
Very dangerous, high-risk move attempted here by Paul Roma. Almost missed it, but had enough momentum going for himself to get it.
Here is your winner, Paul Roma.
Well, the youngster's got a lot of things going for him, and, you know, he's starting to incorporate some of those extremely high-risk moves into his repertoire. It's going to make him even more dangerous. Would you agree, or are you here? Who cares?
Who cares?
You're deep in thought about your New Year's resolutions. I know that.
I'm worried about my party now.
Oh, you're worried about your party?
Well, I'm not worried about it, but...
Can't believe that Miss Betty hasn't called. Do you know where she is?
I have an idea where she is.
We're going to go right now, fans,
A
to
good idea.
Rowdy Roddy Piper and our dear friend Ken Resnick.
Better not be there.
Thank you very much, Gorilla Monsoon, and, of course, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Now, so many things have transpired in the World Wrestling Federation during the past year, but a couple of incidents that still have people the world over talking about, and even from my own standpoint, I have followed the career of this man for many, many years indeed, and I cannot believe that Adrian Adonis and Jimmy Hart would even dare to mess with the man from Glasgow, Scotland, Rowdy Roddy Piper. And Roddy Piper, to me and a lot of people, the bottom line is adorable Adrian has tried everything he can from in front and from behind. And
yes,
bottom line,
he's good at behind.
You're
Yes,
still standing here.
Yes. He comes on there, I hear him and says, everybody like to be like me. He says, yes. My idea of a good time, of course, is putting makeup on my eyeball. Or my little boy, huh? Put makeup on his eye and dye his hair blonde, except for the roots, mind you. Leave them roots like that, and then put some nice chiffon on them and some kind of little hat that Phyllis Diller used to wear, and then send them out in front of 1 million people. That's my idea of a good time, huh? Yeah, who do you think you're fooling with this facade, huh? You're talking about Roddy Piper. You're talking about the legend killer. I have fought them all, man. You sneak up behind me and put a sleeper on me and put me down. You have made an error. The error you made is you left me. You should have waited till the froth come out of the side of my mouth and my heart stopped pumping before you ever let that sleeper go. You should have waited till I just sat there and quivered till the life of me just flew out my mouth and my nasals. No, you're not that smart. You come up and say goodnight, Irene. You know what you're gonna find out? My name ain't Irene.
Talking about guys that made a real reputation and a real dent in the world of professional wrestling, who comes to your mind?
Myself, Paul Orndorff, King Kong Bundy, The King, Hercules.
I'm talking about guys of importance, guys that really contributed something, like guys like Andre the Giant. There's a man who's devoted his entire life to the world of professional wrestling and made a great contribution. In fact, we're going to go right now to his lordship, Alfred Hayes, in a special tribute to Andre.
Weighing 520 pounds, the 8th wonder of the world, Andre the Giant.
Without doubt, you are watching the world's greatest professional athlete, 7'4" Andre the Giant, who has a remarkable record in the World Wrestling Federation. However, recently, there has been much discussion about this famous athlete, and perhaps now is the time to review the career of this outstanding wrestler. Andre has never refused a challenge or backed away from an opponent, no matter how devastating or awesome they may be. Here is the Giant in action against two top-ranked adversaries.
Andre trying to get up. Wow, what a chop by the Giant, and a big headbutt, and look out! Bundy out hard, banged his head on the table, and came down full force on the concrete on his hip. King Kong Bundy in a whole heap of trouble. Heenan, the Brain, is screaming instructions to his man. Andre letting go of those knife edges, taking their toll as Big John Studd doesn't want to come out of the corner.
Well, I'll tell you what, the referee is definitely not getting much of an involvement in this match. He's basically letting both of them go at it.
Well, that's what it's all about. Let these two giants do it, and let what happens, happens. Andre now going to work on the leg. Look at this! Andre picks him up! He's slammed down! It's all over! Andre looking for the money, he's got it! 25,000 plus on their feet is Andre. Slams, look at this! He's throwing the money out!
Here's an interview with World Wrestling Federation commentator Vince McMahon, where Andre expresses his appreciation for his numerous fans.
And you say I'm traveling all over the world, entire world, and I'm very happy to traveling all over the world, and we're very happy to see all those people, all different people and all different countries. And lots of manager, lots of promoter, wrestling promoter, and lots of fans that want to see me. That's why I'm traveling like this all day long. I just want to make everybody happy.
Recently, Andre, who had been suspended from the World Wrestling Federation, was surprisingly reinstated. Here with comments on his reinstatement, we join Andre in London, speaking to our United Kingdom correspondent, Gary Davies.
But now I'm more than happy to be back in the ring. And against anybody, anywhere, believe me, I'll be there.
You're not in a position to tell us anything about what you've been doing here in Europe. This is a big surprise for wrestling fans, and you are still keeping it very much under your hat at this time.
I don't know against who I'm going. I don't know in what city. But believe me, I'm still watching WWF even in London. I still got the TV from the US.
That's great. I'm sure there are many, many fans of the WWF who'll be thrilled to hear that Andre the Giant is returning to World Wrestling Federation action.
Although this reinstatement came as a delight to most World Wrestling Federation fans, it was received with displeasure by others. Jesse the Body Ventura was determined to get to the bottom of the Andre reinstatement.
Andre the Giant, please tell me, because Jesse the Body's got to know, I got to know all. I was caught totally off base for the first time in my career on this. I've got to know what went on in there, Andre the Giant. What happened to lift your suspension?
That's none of your business.
Hey, now I'm telling you, you better tell me. I gotta need to know. The people gotta need to know.
I'll tell you one thing. You talk too much, and that's why I don't tell you anything.
Well, hey.
That's none of your business, and that's all.
Everything's my business. The Body will find out.
Now sports fans worldwide look forward to seeing Andre wrestle again. In closing, let's join Andre when he won the famous 20-man Battle Royal in WrestleMania 2.
Look at the headband on the top turnbuckle. He's caught. What's Andre going to do with him?
That's it.
Oh, he threw him right down on the air, but it's all over. Talk about unbelievable individuals. Did you see that? In about 2.5 minutes, he destroyed everybody in your family in about 2.5 minutes.
What happened?
What, you weren't watching. You
Watching
weren't
what?
Andre the Giant.
I must have missed it. I'm on the phone getting party things ready.
You missed Bundy getting squashed like a grape. You missed John Studd getting slammed for another 15 thou worth.
Need 25 cases of Don Perignon.
Oh, listen to this.
At least.
Give me a break for his New Year's party, yes. Don Perignon by the case. Andre the Giant recently reinstated here in the World Wrestling Federation. Bobby the Brain Heenan present at the hearing. Yeah. In fact, Andre was not there. Only this fountain of misinformation was present. Maybe he'll enlighten us. We'll be back right after this. The Hart Foundation, one of the most impressive teams here in the World Wrestling Federation in 1986, going to have their hands full with Corporal Kirshner and the rebel Dick Slater.
You coming to the party?
Your Perignon party?
That's my New Year's party.
Suppose I don't like Don Perignon.
So I'll get you some Ovaltine. What do you drink at night?
All I'm interested in is what your special New Year's resolution is going to be. Right now, folks, we're going to go to Madison Square Garden for this tremendous tag team matchup. Let's go to the ring.
About to enter the ring, the Hart Foundation. Introducing first, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 234 pounds, the Hitman, Bret Hart. His partner from Reno, Nevada, weighing 280 pounds, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And their opponents. About to enter the ring area from Richmond, Virginia, weighing 237 pounds, the Rebel Dick Slater. And his partner from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, at 263 pounds, Corporal Kirshner.
Stars and stripes flowing here in Madison Square Garden as Corporal Kirshner and his partner, the Rebel Dick Slater, make their way down for this very important tag team matchup.
Aren't you kind of sick of seeing that Punk wave the flag?
Absolutely not. How could you be sick of the red, white, and blue?
I'm not sick of the American flag, but that Punk waving it. And then this guy, this Southern Batman here with this.
That's the Rebel flag.
Oh, the Rebel flag. The war's been over 100 years, Monsoon.
Should be a very exciting tag team matchup as these two youngsters can really make it happen out there, flying around, high flyers. The mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, very conspicuous by his absence, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Would you like to enlighten us?
Well, I'm a little different than you are, Monsoon. I don't concern myself where another man is. Jimmy Hart may be in the building. He may be at ringside.
Don't you think that the fans out there would like to know where where the mouth of the South is?
I imagine they would.
Well,
tough.
Expect you to shed some light. Just like I expect you sometime within this broadcast to shed some light on the reinstatement of Andre the Giant here to the World Wrestling Federation.
You know, on second thought, Jimmy Hart probably isn't even in the building.
No, we were already done with the mouth of the South. We're talking about Andre right now.
I'm talking about Jimmy Hart. Do you mind?
I realize that. I know you are. Probably one of the most improved teams that come down the pike in quite some time here in the World Wrestling Federation, the Hart Foundation. In fact, Bret the Hitman Hart, the man I like to call who has excellence of execution, has certainly shown me something in the last couple of years.
He's probably progressed more than any wrestler in the sport.
And with a powerhouse partner like Jim the Anvil Neidhart, what a stunning combination the two of them make.
You know, a lot of people are beginning to think he's a little schizophrenic, Neidhart.
The Hitman. Oh, you mean the Anvil?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Oh, they say his personality changed in that ring. 1 minute he's laughing, 1 minute he's smiling. He can snap at any time. He's a very dangerous man.
Well, he's a dangerous man whether he has a personality problem or not. Removing now the shades from the Hitman. Corporal wants to know why the match is not underway. Don't blame him. The bell already rang.
I'd like to know who insures Corporal Kirshner's clothes. He could turn in a policy if he lost all his stuff and get right around $9.
Well, that's the official camouflage wear of the 82nd Airborne.
There's not a tree in this building, Monsoon.
Well, that's
camouflaging
82nd Airborne. Once you're in the 82nd Airborne, you know,
you're
it's
there forever.
Well, so to speak, yes, you are.
It's like being at Bellevue. Once you did some time there, you're there forever, I guess. You're nuts.
Looks like the Anvil may start this match along with Corporal Kirshner. Maybe not. Nope, the Hitman said, let me do it. The Rebel steps in and out once again quickly. I think the nod for the speed would have to go to the team of Kirshner and Slater. Would you not agree?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I would say with the Hearts.
With the Hearts.
They're an experienced team. They've been together longer.
I said speed.
And I'm getting to that. You keep interrupting me.
Sorry.
I was just going to get that. They have finesse, they have timing, and they have more speed than some clod, some corporal in a pair of army boots, and some hick.
Hitman claiming a handful of hair. We didn't see any from our vantage point. Looks like he might have a little bit of Brill cream on there.
Yeah, Kirshner does have a little trouble.
I'm not talking about Kirshner.
Well, Slater could have too then, I guess.
Referee Dick Kroll, fifth man inside the ring. Look at the look on that kisser. It's like to find that in your stocking hanging by the chimney.
How would you like at midnight to hear something in the driveway and open up the drapes and that's looking back at you?
Oh. Once again, forcing him back into the ropes, and Hitman is still complaining about a hair pull. Kroll getting on the case of Corporal Kirshner right now. I don't believe there was one. Oh, nice arm drag as he catches the Anvil coming in half asleep. As I stated earlier on, the speed has to go to, oh, look at the Rebel. That's a foot race right now. I don't believe he'll be able to catch the Hitman. And they're still going at it. Hitman proving to be a little bit too quick for the Rebel. Referee's going to have his hands full.
So is Slater. Watch this.
Oh, what a shot that was as he ducked away, and the Anvil just nailed the Hitman. Atomic drop right out on the concrete, and both of these speedsters back inside the squared circle.
I think Slater has taken this team by surprise.
Well, the strategy has not, the game plan has sort of gone down the tubes here in the Garden. Maybe the Mouth of the South had better be here when his men are in the ring. Seems to be a little disorientation there.
Well, he manages Adrian, Adonis. He does a lot of
Honky Tonk Man.
Honky Tonk Man. He's involved in a lot of music.
Yeah.
Publishing and recording. He's
well,
a busy
if he
man.
expects to take this team to the Tag Team Championship of the World, then he's got to get by guys like Kirshner and like Slater.
Exactly. A win against these two guys is very important for a man's career.
Look at that. Timing way off on that particular move, but the Anvil caught him on the way back. Oh, just drove him down into the canvas. Hitman with a quick tag. There's what we talked about earlier on, that excellence of execution. Oh, what a filthy, disgusting habit. Going to work on the Corporal now, plants one right between the eyes.
Could use a parachute right now, couldn't he?
Well,
use anything for protection right now.
Parachute wouldn't help him at this particular point in time,
I
I'm
think
afraid.
that's going to help him.
Needs to get over and make a tag to the Rebel, who's on fire and just waiting to get into this match. He's in the wrong part of town right now. Rebel making his way down the line. Can't see him on your screen, but oh, look at that. Tag rope wrapped right around the neck of Corporal Kirshner, and now referee being distracted. Very clever move by the Hitman.
That's what I said. They're a precision team.
Hart Foundation right now doing a number on Kirshner and Slater. However, earlier on in the match, it was just the opposite. As they seemed to be a little bit lethargic when they first came out there. We're going to be back with the exciting conclusion of this tremendous tag team matchup in just a moment. don't care what you say.
Well,
There's no way to rationalize for Mouth of the South not being at ringside a match of this magnitude.
Could have been plane connections, could have been bad weather, they could have canceled the flights. There's a million things could have happened.
Come a day early.
Maybe he was busy a day earlier.
Maybe he was. Let's go back to Madison Square
I know what
Garden.
happened.
Let's go. Looks like they've been watching some of your films.
Well, they're productive and they're winners.
Standing right on the throat of Corporal Kirshner, who needs very desperately right at this particular point in time to get over and make a tag.
He needs two things very desperately. He needs to get to the corner and make the tag. He needs another career. Well, maybe he could open up one of those Army surplus stores where they sell those used bayonets and old Army hats and pants like that.
Anvil trying to rearrange the facial expressions of one Corporal Kirshner, who doesn't have a clue where he is right now. The only thing he realizes is that he's taken a tremendous beating.
You're in New York City, Kirshner. That's where you're at.
The Big Apple, right here, Madison Square Garden. Kirshner in trouble. Come on, ref, give me a break. There's two guys inside the ring. Drop kick right into Kisser by the Hitman.
That's what makes you extra dangerous, Monsoon, is when you're brutal and you're vicious and you can accelerate like Bret the Hitman and you can wrestle. That's what makes you twice as dangerous.
Well, he has an awful lot of things in his arsenal. There's certainly no question about that. Corp is in trouble. Irish whip in. Oh, ducked underneath. There's a tag. Very clever move, and the Rebel's in there. Uh-oh, look at this. Anvil comes sneaking in the back door, and he got caught. And now it's Slater unloading on both the Hart Foundation. And this capacity crowd comes alive here. Whip in on the Hitman. Oh, what a nice elbow. On their feet in the Garden, 25,000 plus. Wow, what a shot. Don't turn your back on the Hitman. Slater planting an elbow. Look at the expression on the Anvil's Kisser. He sort of got a rude awakening, did he not?
I think Slater was a little more than they bargained for. But if you followed the career of Dick the Rebel Slater, there's no pushover.
Oh, look at that from the outside. I don't know whether the referee saw that or not. That could be constituted as an automatic disqualification.
Why?
Why?
You have a 4 count, you have a 5 count to break a hold. That wasn't a hold.
To break what hold? Deliberately kicked the man in the kidney area from outside the ring. That's not the way
I looked at it. I looked at it like...
Obviously, it's not the way you looked at it.
Well, it looked like to me like Jim the Anvil Neidhart was getting up. And Slater ran into his knee. That's what it looked like to me.
Slater not going to be able to trade blows with the Anvil. And once again, successfully taking the referee out of position. Paying the price, Dick the Rebel Slater.
Well,
notice how good they are at keeping the opposition in their own backyard. Look out. Oh, an awesome shot by the Hitman.
This is it.
Could be all over. No. It'll take a little more than that to put the old Rebel away.
He's got a lot of fight in him, of course.
A lot of
Not
it's
real
being
bright
taken
either.
out of him right now, too.
It won't be long. This is it.
Snuck right out the back door is that right arm. Oh, look at this front face lock. He's jamming it in there. Referee should be over there taking a look, reaching in underneath to make sure this does not turn into a chokehold. Good shot by a number 5 handheld right in there.
I think the referee's quite aware that Bret Hart doesn't have to choke a man to beat him.
Shot right over the back of the Anvil. Tag made once again, and the Rebel still in trouble. Right to the short ribs. Well, it looked like he had everything going his way, but how quickly the tide can turn here in the world of professional wrestling.
Come on, Animal.
He's wasting time.
He sure is.
That's when you need a manager out there to tell you what to do. These guys definitely need a little guidance.
You know, Monsoon, I can't do it all.
Tried to trade blows with the Anvil. I told you that was a mistake from the beginning. Gave up professional football, the Anvil did. Said it wasn't rough enough.
Well, you're depending on 10 other guys when you're playing football.
Said he didn't like the idea of helmets and pads.
Makes sense.
Corporal looking to make a tag, screaming at the Rebel.
I mean, what's he got to lose if he doesn't wear a helmet?
Rebel now with a front face lock of his own. Oh. Went for a backbreaker, didn't get it. Neckbreaker, I beg your pardon. There's the tag made as the Anvil stayed pretty close to his own corner. Look at this. Double suplex coming up. Oh, look at that. The Corporal came in and caught his partner and stopped that move. Very clever, would you not say?
Surprised me.
There's the tag. I don't believe the referee saw it, though.
Good.
Definitely did not see it.
I mean, I don't mean good in that sense.
I know what you meant.
No, you don't know what I meant.
In the meantime, double team effort going on here. Oh, look at that. Boy, they rammed their heads together as they were going for a double chop, and it was a little bit slow in developing. And the Rebel just did a belly splash on both arms, drawing both bodies together. Rebel fighting now to get over to his own corner. Look at this. There's 2 men in the ring. I don't believe there's 3 men in the ring.
4 men if you count the ref.
There's a tag made. Referee's losing control of this matchup in a hurry. Double knocker by the Corporal. Boy, he's been waiting a long time to come in. I don't believe that the Anvil is a legal man in the ring right now.
I don't know who is.
I know the Corporal is for his team, but I thought the Hitman was for the Hart Foundation.
I think you're right.
Boston Crab, perhaps a slingshot. No, he's trying to get him over into a Boston Crab.
I think Neidhart's legs are too powerful.
Oh, no, he got him over there. If he can just settle back now and put that weight. Oh, look at that. Hitman from the outside. Here comes the Rebel. Once again, referee not being able to control this particular matchup. Trying to get the Rebel out of there. Look out. Clothesline by the Hitman. Get the shower ready.
Might as well play taps. It's over. See ya, Corporal.
Putting the lights out for Corporal Cursor here in the Garden on a nice double team effort. Taking extreme advantage of the referee.
Back to boot camp.
The winners of this contest, the Hart Foundation.
Hart Foundation with not a whole lot of cheers for them as they go out of here, as it was a very cheap victory. Actually, they beat the referee, Bobby.
They beat themselves. They probably didn't work out enough as a team to prepare themselves for the Harts.
I'm not talking about this team. Let's go back and take a look at the double team effort on the part of the Hart Foundation as referee Dick Kroll preoccupied with getting the Rebel out of the ring. Look at this shot now by the Hitman. Wow. Imagine the impact coming down there on the back of the head. The Anvil wasn't even the legal man in the ring, Bobby.
I don't care.
That's referee Dick Kroll. You know, he's one of the premier referees here in the World Wrestling Federation. He lost that. What are you snapping your finger?
You ready?
Right now? What is this?
Thank you. This is from my private stock.
Please.
I'd like you to have a little New Year's cheer with me. Let's bury the hatchet.
Not right at this particular moment, no. Maybe later on in the program, yeah.
I'll just let them rest right here. Just to bury the hatchet.
They look like they need a rest, I'll tell you that.
What's wrong? This is very expensive stuff.
White Thunderbird, or what is that?
No, it's not some kind of cheap wino wine.
It certainly isn't Don Perignon. I know what that looks like.
No, it isn't. This is the best stuff from France. I had it shipped in. I'm going to share it with you. Now you insult me?
Maybe it's Andre. No.
No, Andre's 7'5". You know that.
We'll be back in a moment. Well, it's time in the program to go back and take a second look at the Honky Tonk Man.
I need it now.
In Madison Square Garden, he originally jumped Siviafi right off the bat before the match even got underway. Siviafi taken back to the dressing room. The doctors had a look at him and decided that, indeed, he was capable to go out and, in fact, have a match.
Do you like caviar?
Yeah, I like caviar.
Okay, send some caviar over.
Give me a break, will you, please? Let's go back now. Madison Square Garden, Siviafi and the Honky Tonk Man. Siviafi didn't get caught that time as the Honky Tonk Man tried to put him away earlier on. Wow, look at Afi, he's on fire. One time he literally was. Rams Honky Tonk into the corner. Irish whip coming up. Oh, beautiful.
Now, why don't they stop the match? Honky Tonk wasn't ready. He hadn't been given the instructions. He hadn't been checked by the referee. Neither was Afi. And the guy just rings the bell.
The bell rang. The match is underway. It is official.
You know, I would have voted for Honky Tonk,
So did some other people.
But I mean, he had like 3 against him is all.
No, there were over 700,000 votes cast.
Now, you tell me why. What did he ever do to the humanoids? They were just probably jealous of his look.
He's trying to emulate and impersonate one of the greatest men of all time, Elvis Presley.
What, because he has black hair, has sideburns? Because he's an individualist?
He's a copycat.
I don't see it
and a poor
that way.
one at that.
I don't see it that way.
Obviously, if you were one of the votes that voted for him. Afi going to work. Referee trying to explain that you can't do that. But if what has happened to him had happened to you, you could. Honky Tonk Man not doing so well this time around.
Well, he was attacked from the beginning. He didn't have a chance. He was trying to give the guy a fair break.
Honky Tonk Man now under the tutelage of who?
The Colonel. Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South.
Colonel, where did he get Colonel?
Honky Tonk Man calls him the
Made
Colonel.
him Colonel just out of nowhere. Oh, look at that. Rammed into the steel barricade. And again, right in the rib cage area. Boy,
he should be disqualified.
Both men outside the ring an awful long time here. Honky Tonk not doing any dancing at the moment, is he?
Ah, wait a minute now. If he gets him in that shake, rattle, and roll, that's all. You're going to see a Stevie Afi.
Slam well executed by Afi. Oh, turned his back and bringing up the knees right at the last split second. The Honky Tonk Man caught the youngster right in the lower abdomen area.
You know, he's dumber than I thought he was. To turn your back on the Honky Tonk Man.
Well,
then hurl yourself in the air. Well, he thought. See, that's where he made his mistake. You know, they're all illiterate, you know.
They're not all.
They're all illiterate.
How could you make that ridiculous statement?
Oh, they can't even buy shoes. They don't even know what size feet they have.
Tide has turned in this match right here.
Same way with Haku and Toma. They're all savages.
Savages.
Just live from tree to tree.
Please. Samoans, one of the most intelligent races there is in the entire world. For your edification, brain.
If you combine all their IQs, you might hit 50.
Oh, please.
That's
Irish
combined.
whipping. Oh, went right downstairs with that one. I thought he was looking to nail him right between the eyes.
Oh, he's getting ready to shake, rattle, and roll.
Look at, he's looking for some, oh, please. What is that? Gyration. He wasted an awful lot of time. Double axe handles right to the midsection. He seems to have found a weak spot on Siviafi. Going to work now right underneath that sternum area. Having a few choice words with some of our ringsiders here. Indeed, standing room only. The SRO signs were out early today here in Madison Square Garden for the World Wrestling Federation. He fooled around. He stood there and argued with some of our ringsiders. Now he's paying for it, Bobby.
Well, I think he was acknowledging the thanks that they for voting for him.
Yeah, the over 600,000 plus that gave him a thumbs down.
I'd sure like to see that survey. I'd like to see
Are you disputing the word of Jesse the Body Ventura, who gave us the official ballot count?
He's human. He could be wrong. He can make a mistake.
He doesn't think so.
Well, I don't believe I can either, but I did make a mistake once.
2 count. Off he manages. Yeah.
When I tried to conduct a fair interview, I was interrupted rudely.
I'm glad it happened. Maybe it taught you a lesson. CV in trouble right now at the hands of the Honky Tonk Man. Oh, sunset. Got him down. Look, his legs aren't long enough to reach his shoulders. Hold could not be successful under those conditions. Hoppy should have thought about that.
He should have thought. That's his whole history of his life. He should have thought.
Thrown outside to the concrete now. To me, that's a mistake to do that.
Unless you follow the man out and pile drive him on the floor.
Oh, sure. Why don't you hit him with a sledgehammer?
You got one handy, you can use it. If you don't use it, Monsoon, somebody's going to use it on you.
In other words, your theory is do unto others before they do it to you.
Do unto others from behind. Before they do it to you.
Give me a break. That's a mistake. He didn't do his homework. That's not going to hurt Offie. All he's going to do is hurt his knuckles on that one.
Isn't it amazing how Mother Nature does things? They protect the weakest part of the body with the hardest.
Very astute observation. The adrenaline flowing through the body of CV Offie right now, and he needs it. Monkey flip out of the corner. Oh, no, he got his legs hooked right at the last minute. Came right down, right on the back of his head.
How do you spell CV Offie? D-U-M-M-Y. Dummy.
Why do you always belittle people?
I don't always belittle people. I just call it as I see it.
If I should make something
wrong. We're getting for the shake, rattle, and roll.
Perhaps coming up here.
Heartbreak hotel time.
The neck breaker patented. Right, oh, he nailed him with it.
He got that old hound dog.
He certainly did. He set him up, and once he applied it, there was no doubt about it, as CV Offie, now that's twice in succession, and he came down right on the back of his head. That's not going to do him a whole lot of good.
Here is your winner, the Honky Tonk Man.
Let's go back and take a look at where the pressure comes here. Oh, wait a minute.
Very, very much.
He's thanking everybody for their votes. Here's the shake, rattle, and roll right now.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Watch the back of the head of CV Offie here. Oh, did you see that?
Snapped his neck.
That whip action.
What a conceited individual. He must have been taking lessons from you.
From me?
Yeah.
I mean, from me.
And what's...
He's managed by the Colonel, Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, where was he?
I don't know.
Once again, absent. One of his men that he hopes to bring to the top of the World Wrestling Federation.
Nice bouquet.
Please. You know, this guy hung around so long after this match was over that he actually ran in to Tito Santana, who was coming out for his match with Hercules. In fact, we're going to show some of that. Let's go back to the Garden.
Honky Tonk. And Honky Tonk still hasn't gotten out of here yet. They're going to cross paths here in just a moment. Look out, don't turn your back on him, Tito. Honky Tonk Man just dropped Tito Santana with a shot to the back.
He dropped on that steel steps with that leg.
Going to work now on the left leg. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Well, he must have asked for it. He said something derogatory to the Honky Tonk Man.
Why did he take 2 steps backwards and then Pearl Harbor the guy?
Tito's got to learn to keep his mouth shut.
Maybe this match won't take place.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing from Tacula, Mexico,
What a snake of an individual. His match is over.
Ladies and gentlemen, and in this corner of the floor, Tito Santana.
You think it's funny, huh? There's a guy just rammed Tito's knee into the steel staircase leading to the ring there, the knee that was already operated on.
I'm sorry, I'm all out of get well cards.
I'm sure you are.
I love it. He's introduced. He's
You
flat out
love
on
it
the
because
floor.
you know that Santana's about to climb into the ring for a match with your man Hercules.
Well, like I said, Santana.
Would you believe that Elvis Presley would ever do something like that? Would ever put on a despicable display like that?
Elvis Presley probably invented the term cheap shot.
Get out of here.
I
Give
don't
me a
know the
break.
man that well.
We'll be back with our feature matchup in just a moment.
Hey, Tito.
wrestling fans. It's feature time on Prime Time. Put that glass down. You're actually going to drink that, whatever it is?
Champagne. It's the best money can buy.
Champagne. That color?
It's French champagne.
French champagne.
This champagne is over 30 years old.
You're a sick person, Brain. You're a sick person.
Well, I don't like you to buy this stuff. You have to check the date.
Hercules Hernandez is about to come up against an injured Tito Santana. This match should never have taken place.
Right, Santana was completely outclassed.
Let's go to ringside.
Well, when we left, Santana was down on the concrete here at the hands of the Honky Tonk Man, and he still is.
Well, when Honky Tonk hit him, he went down. He hit his knee on the steel steps here.
Well, that's the same knee that Tito Santana had the operation on at the hands.
Well, let's get here. I'm going to make some move here. I'm going to get something happening here.
What's going on? Where are you going? Hernandez is in the ring, Hercules, and there goes Bobby the Brain Heenan, his manager. He's leaving the broadcast position. He's not supposed to do that.
Hey, it's very simple. If Santana can't get in the ring to wrestle, let's award this man the match and get over with. Hercules doesn't have all night. Come on, Santana. Get up off your belly and get in here.
What a despicable person, Bobby the Brain Heenan. He is not supposed to leave his broadcast position regardless of whether one of his men is in the ring or not.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first in the ring, the manager, Bobby the Brain Heenan. He represents, weighing 271 pounds, Hercules.
This match is not officially underway yet, and Hercules already attacking. What kind of a despicable display was that? Who told you to leave the broadcast position and get involved?
I'm a take charge guy. I make things happen. Tito was laying down there wanting sympathy from the people. He was hoping to gold brick. He was trying to buy one here, hoping the sympathy of the referee would just stop the match and let him go home. He's going to get his Royal Mexican Keister kick tonight. I'm going to make sure of that.
Well, that remains to be seen, although Santana looks like he's in a whole lot of trouble immediately. That leg, I don't think it was a very good idea for Tito to even attempt this match.
Well, I heard the referee ask him, can you wrestle? And Tito said, I'm going to wrestle. That shows you the guts, determination, and stupidity the man has.
You actually heard him say that?
Yes, I did. Tito wants to wrestle. He's that stupid. He's stupid.
Not a very wise decision.
You don't have to have 4 attorneys to figure that move out.
Boy, Hercules looks great.
Thank you very much.
I said Hercules looks great.
Why do you think he looks great?
Well, because he's under your tutelage.
That's right. And the training program I have him going through, you know what he does on his days off? I have him up in Colorado. I have him up in Colorado jogging at full tilt through them mountains just to build up his endurance. Who would think of that but the Brain? Think you want him running around New Jersey here, breathing that beautiful air?
What's with the chains?
Chains are a symbol. Symbol of power, symbol of strength, a symbol of Hercules.
What, does he do anything with them?
Yeah, he hooks them around people and drags them wherever he wants to drag them.
Even if they don't want to go.
If they don't want to go, he helps them.
Pain on the face of Tito Santana. As now he's got that leg grapevine. Who knows? Perhaps, maybe he tore once again those ligaments in the knee.
For the
Santana on the ropes now. Referee's going to have to break it.
You know, for the benefit of his career, it'd be safe for him just to call it quits and give it up. Just count it as a loss and forget it and regroup and get that leg back in shape. But no, he's dumb enough to continue. Now, I know some good-hearted liberal people like you would say, well, that's the mark of a competitor. That's
the mark of a competitor. Whether it's the intelligent mark of a competitor or not is something else.
The mark of a dummy.
This match, I don't believe, should ever have taken place. Tito Santana obviously hurt on a back jump by the Honky Tonk Man. Whacked his knee into the steel stairs leading to the ring here.
Well, I heard what the Honky Tonk Man said to him. What Santana said to Honky Tonk Man.
What is it?
I'm too much of a gentleman to repeat it.
You couldn't hear anything he said. You got a set of earplugs on. You can't.
I had one side moved back.
Please.
You call me a liar?
Yes.
Well, you're wrong.
Trying to start trouble.
Not me. I've sat out here for 3 hours. You've done everything to insult me.
No, I still have a few things left. Tito trying to get up off the canvas. Couple of hands full of hair. He's desperate right now. Plants one between the eyes of Hercules. I don't believe Tito could stand up if he wanted to. Well, prove me wrong. He's on that right leg, but that left leg is completely useless to him at this point.
He's got to get up and get that leg moving. Of course, don't say it too loud. I don't want him to hear it.
Well, there's no telling the severity of the injury. The referee has it at his discretion to stop this match at any time.
See, when he went up there over ring steps, I don't believe he had his knee pads pulled up yet.
Probably not. He wasn't
probably cracked it right on the kneecap.
Being jumped
See,
in the back.
That's why he's stupid. You've got to anticipate anything when you leave that building, that dressing area. When you come out to the ring, you've got to be ready. And obviously, Amigo wasn't ready.
Got him off, planted that boot right in the kisser, but Hernandez right back on him again.
I'd Boston Crab it. That's what I do.
Is he going to work on that? Why don't you go up there and tell him?
Well, I have to be here to make sure you don't mess things up.
Okay. Wouldn't surprise me if you did. Uh-oh, look at this. Trying to tear off. He does tear off the knee pad. Got rid of it.
I like it.
Hercules obviously in tremendous physical condition and quite the opposite.
Look at him. Look at him rear back on that ankle and the whole leg. That leg is shot now.
Look at the body. Huh.
Thank you very much.
Looks like he's been chiseled out.
That's my man. It's Herc. I call him Herc.
I call him Herc too.
You call him Hercules.
Oh, sorry. I mean, when I see him somewhere, I call him Herc. Twisting away on the leg and ankle of Tito Santana, trying to do further injury to the possibly torn lateral collateral ligaments of that left leg, and Santana fighting it. Yeah, while you were waving to him, Santana got the upper hand.
Yeah, a handful of eyes.
Whatever, it's desperation time.
Oh, now it's okay.
Talk about gutsy guys. Santana definitely is one of them.
Dummy.
Manages to get to his feet, but can't stay up there. Can't put any pressure whatsoever.
He had a little too much tequila.
Highly unlikely. Hernandez right back at the leg again, but Santana gets him off with that free leg. Hercules, extremely agile for a super heavyweight.
You notice he's quicker than he was months ago?
That's what I just said. He's just extremely agile.
That's what I just said.
What, did you teach him speed as well?
No, but I've knocked about 10 pounds off.
I can see that. The guy's probably not eating 3 meals a day.
Are you trying to say I haven't been paying him?
Yes. Continuing the onslaught on the left leg, ankle and knee area. Santana could just bail out of the ring here and take a hike for himself. Right back to the locker room, really. Discretion, the better part of valor.
He's just not thinking.
No, he's not.
You know, his career could be over right here. Am I right?
Absolutely. Talking about termination time.
A young man like Tito, too proud, too stupid to say I've had it. I've met a better man.
That's not the case in point anyway.
It is. He's in there with Hercules Hernandez. Oh, good. We're
look at this.
Snap, crackle, and pop time.
Oh, look at that. Just ramming the knee right into the steel post. Hernandez definitely in control of this one. And Santana in a whole heap of trouble.
My man.
I can't believe that someone hasn't come out from the dressing room area to take a look at this leg of Santana.
If you had a towel, would you throw it in now?
I'm afraid that I would, yes.
I haven't seen enough yet.
I don't like to see anything that could cause a permanent injury. Maimed is not a word that I like to use in my vocabulary.
Wow, Santana in a whole heap of trouble. He should never have started that match, Bobby.
No, he shouldn't have. I said that, and you said that, and I think he knows it now.
If you were Mr. Nice Guy, you could have said, hey,
stop.
You know,
Hercules, let's go back to the dressing room.
That's it.
He's had enough. Never. Not out of me.
Well, let's find out if Santana can come back. Tito Santana probably in a position here to actually terminate his career. The decision that he made to take this match and go on with it after being injured by the Honky Tonk Man, it could cost him a whole great deal of time and money. Let's go back.
Stupid.
That was a good Broadway show.
Sounds, no, not Maine. Maine.
Oh.
Now right back inside the center of the ring. Hernandez dragging him around. How much more of this can Santana take? Trying to reach up there and take a half foot. Now he couldn't get it. Oh, nice shot by the number 6 camera right over the back of the head of Bobby the Brain Heenan, looking at his man, Hercules, do a number on Tito Santana. Half a leg scissors got him out. Oh, better check his teeth tomorrow. Get him to see the orthodontist. Rivera really planted one.
Yeah, but while he's getting his teeth cleaned, Santana's going to be in the operating room.
Well, that's very possible. Tito Santana, a very gutsy individual.
He's up.
He's balanced up on one leg. Oh, he's got that forearm right out of nowhere, but that probably took as much out of him as it did out of Hercules. Tito trying to get to his feet once again. Really can't touch that leg to the canvas.
Get on him, Herc. Get on him.
Santana in desperation with a head butt right to the lower abdomen. He may have found a weak spot.
Yes, he hit him in the groin area, I believe.
No, he didn't hit him in the groin area. Well, he's got the big guy down on his level now, and Santana really doesn't have to get to his feet in order to work on Hernandez. Hercules. You want me to just refer to him as Hercules?
That's all. That's all that needs to be said.
Hernandez on his feet now. Hey. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hercules.
Wow, look at that power.
We got a winner.
Again on the same leg.
Finish him off, Herc. Here we go.
Look at this nonchalant. You're not going to beat Tito Santana that way. Give
what
me
a count. What? It's the same guy, number 2 referee. All you can say is 2. Again,
Hercules getting upset with himself. Giving thumbs up to the Brain. Going to the outside.
Going upstairs.
That's a very high-risk move for him. He's liable to want hazardous duty pay here.
He'll get it.
Poised up there as the Brain points to, oh, look at this. Santana brings that knee up. He did further damage, but he also stopped Hercules.
See, he should have rolled out of the way, but no, he risked his leg in a move like that.
Pretty gutsy move, wasn't it?
Pretty dumb move.
Call it what you want.
I usually do.
First time during this match that Hercules has been in trouble. But Santana a long way from being able to mount any kind of offense, as he is really hurt. Now he's going to work as the chant goes out. Tito from the 25,000 plus on hand here in the Garden. And he's going to work on Hercules.
Move on it, move on it. Come on.
You're not supposed to be coaching here from the broadcast position. Tito trying to get him down to his level. Now he's got him down there. Oh, and now it's Santana going to work on the left knee area of Hernandez.
Come on, ref.
Very concerned look on the face of Bobby the Weasel Brain Heenan. Oh, look at that move. Your guy's in trouble. Bad leg and
up and walk on it, Hercules.
Screaming instructions to Hercules.
No.
Oh, look at this. Turn around, fair play. As he drags him out onto the post area. and ram him right into the steel post. I love it. The Brain getting bent out of shape here. Don't forget, you're in a broadcast position.
Come on, ref, stop him.
Can you believe that
it's not easy to sit here and watch this? I have an investment in this man.
The intestinal fortitude on the part of Tito Santana as he's showing you what it's all about. As the tide has turned in this one. And now it's Hernandez who can't stay on his feet. I'm calling him Hernandez now because he doesn't look like Hercules anymore.
What?
I said I'm calling him Hernandez now because he doesn't look like Hercules anymore. Tito driving that knee as he's dropped the knee pad down out of the ankle area. Perhaps we'll see the figure four, yes. It's Santana. Slaps on the figure four.
No, no.
And this place has gone bananas. And Bobby the Brain Heenan is on his feet.
Come on, Herc.
Tito pulling for all he's worth. The Brain has thrown down his headset. Where's he going? Heenan going around to the side of the ring. I can't believe it. Tito, look at that. Oh, give me a break. Bobby the Brain Heenan went over and rang the bell. What do you think? Here's a this is the guy right here.
I never did nothing. I never did nothing. I never did nothing. What are you talking about, Monsoon? I didn't touch that bell.
What?
I just stood over there. I never touched the bell.
I saw you go over there and ring the timekeeper's bell.
Did not.
We're going to get some kind of a ruling here from the referee.
What are you talking about? I never touched the bell. He did.
The referee has informed me that the official time has not elapsed. There is still time remaining. This bout is not over. It must proceed.
This match definitely won't proceed as it was Bobby the Brain Heenan who went over and grabbed the hammer and rang the timekeeper's bell. And it's Santana who continues to go to work on the leg of Hercules. Heenan has forgot all about the broadcast position. He is strictly managing at this point. Hercules looking for somewhere to hide. Santana staying right on him. I think he would have had a submission right over the shoulder of the Brain as he has completely forgotten about our broadcast here. Hernandez trying to get out of the ring and Tito holding on for dear life. Still working on that left leg. Had not Heenan rung the bell, we might have had a submission on the part of Hercules. Wow, it was all his way for the first 15 or 18 minutes of this match, and now it's all swung the other way to Tito Santana. We're going to see that figure four again, perhaps. As Hercules in deep trouble, and Bobby the Brain Heenan knows it. He wants him to get out of there, and Hercules is trying to get out of there. Crawling underneath that bottom rope, but he didn't make it. A desperate clutch grab by Santana, trying to pull him back inside. Talk about guts personified. We've seen it here in Madison Square Garden by the former Intercontinental Champion, Tito Santana, as the pendulum has swung, and the Brain knows it. Santana continues to work, now on the severely injured left knee and ankle of Hercules. Oh. About the only way he was going to stop the youngster with an eye rake. Either man still right for the pickings right now. Scoop slam, he couldn't hold him. That left leg just gave out 1-2. Whoa, was that close. Scooped him up in a slam, but couldn't hold him. Santana with a chance for another figure four. He's got it half on. No. Got caught right in the middle of it. Right over the shoulder of the Weasel. Tremendous shot by our number 7 camera. Both men in deep trouble right now. This match could be... Oh, look at that. Distraction by Bobby the Brain Heenan and maybe a cheap shot. He hooked the leg. It's all over. I can't believe it. Santana knows what happened, and he's going after the Brain. What a cheap shot by Bobby the Brain Heenan. However, I believe the decision will stand.
The winner of this bout, Hercules.
What a snake you are.
You don't understand what happened.
What do you mean I don't understand? I was sitting right there at ringside. I saw everything you did. You went over, you rang the bell. When your man was in trouble, when Tito put the figure 4 leg lock on him. Then you got involved at the end of the match, actually went into your pocket, took out some kind of a foreign object, and laid one on Santana. Are you denying it?
Yes. When I went over there, the bell is hooked underneath the ring. I went over and walked by the bell. The inadequate man you have ringing the bell thought the match was over. He rang the bell.
You're a liar.
I reached up towards Santana's leg. He kicked at me.
And a cheat.
I am not.
Well, folks, that wraps it up for 1986. I was in the holiday spirit. However, the antics of my
Happy
partner...
New Year, Monsoon.
You're disgusting.
I end the year with a victory for the Bobby Heenan family.
You're disgusting.
I got your hats here. I got you some noise blowers.
I don't want to be involved in any of this. You just...
Come on, enjoy New Year's with me.
No, I'm not going to enjoy New Year's with you. You made life miserable
Happy
for
New Year's
everybody.
to the Bobby Heenan family.
You're a disgusting person.
Here.
Something's going to be done about this, I guarantee you. The World Wrestling Federation Rules Committee is going to look at the footage from Madison Square Garden and see the involvement that he paid in there. And once again, going to have to go back.
Come on, have a drink with me.
I wouldn't
have a drink.
If you were the last person on earth,
the best champagne. Miss Betty sent all the stuff, the hats, the noisemakers.
Are you
join and be festive?
You're a sick person. I would never drink that. That's garbage. Just like you and the rest of your crew is garbage.
Suit yourself, Monsoon.
I will. Look at this. You are sick.
Great stuff.
1987 is not going to be
87 is going to be my year.
News for you.
Maybe 7 is going to be my year. It's going to be the best year I've ever had. What a cheap noisemaker this
folks, with Prime Time Wrestling.
Hey, Happy New Year, everybody.
1987. Until then, everybody have a happy and healthy.